Good morning students. Today we are going to learn about the 10th class first lesson, that is nutrition. So first of all, you all know that food is needed by all living organisms, means plants, animals, humans all need food for their requirement of energy. So energy is needed by all living organisms to perform various activities. So that energy, where we are getting that energy means by taking the food we are getting energy. So here what is meant by nutrition? Nutrition means the process of intake of nutrients or the procuring of nutrients, or the intake of nutrients or the procuring of nutrients we call as nutrition. Means in lower classes you already studied about various nutrients like carbohydrates, fats, proteins, vitamins, minerals. So even in your lower classes you studied about these all type of nutrients. In these the carbohydrates, fats, proteins are we called as macronutrients. Means these three nutrients required by our body in larger quantities. Ante mana body ki large proportion lo kavalannamata. Coming to vitamins and minerals, we called as micronutrients. Means even vitamins and minerals also required by our body but in very less quantities. That's why we call these nutrients as micronutrients. So we already learned about that. What is meant by nutrition means simply taking of these all nutrients we called as nutrition. So now we are going to learn about what are the types of nutrition. So the nutrition is mainly divided into two types. The first one we called as autotrophic nutrition and the second one we called as heterotrophic nutrition. So all living organisms need food, but the variety of food what they take and the mode of acquiring food is differ by different organisms, and even within the single body also different cells the food requirement and the mode of taking food will be differ. So based on the mode of food how they will prepare, the nutrition is of two types. The first one we call as autotrophic nutrition, the second one we call as heterotrophic nutrition. So first we are going to learn about autotrophic nutrition. So the term auto always refers to the self. The term auto refers to the self. So trophic means nothing but nourishment. What am I? Nourishment. So autotrophic nutrition. Autotrophic nutrition means in nutrition which the organisms are capable of preparing complex food substances or complex organic molecules by simple inorganic raw materials by using light energy is known as autotrophic nutrition. So simply how we can define autotrophic nutrition means the organisms which are capable of preparing their own food. So auto means self, we already know that. So the organisms which are capable of preparing their own food by using simple inorganic raw materials. So such all organisms we called as autotrophs. So the organisms which perform autotrophic nutrition, such organisms we called as autotrophs. So the best example for autotrophs, you already know that all green plants. So all green plants on the earth, all green plants on the earth are the best example for autotrophs. Why? Because autotrophs are the only organisms which prepare their food, which prepare their own food by using solar energy or light energy. So not only green plants, even very few photosynthetic bacteria. What am I? Few photosynthetic bacteria also example for the autotrophs. Okay na? So we already know that what are meant by autotrophs, but how the green plants are able to become as autotrophs means which process make the green plants as autotrophs. So even from previous classes also you studied about that process that is known as a very familiar process known as photosynthesis. What amma? Photosynthesis. So in biology, every term, it including its definition, actually the term photo. So where you are capture your photos in the presence of light only, so the term photo refers to light. Synthesis means either making or preparing. Synthesis means making or preparing. So here the term photosynthesis defines as the process by which all green plants containing a green pigment known as chlorophyll prepare their food material by using CO2 and water in the presence of light energy. So here I can write the definition. What is meant by photosynthesis? Photosynthesis is a process. Photosynthesis is a process by which all green plants containing what they containing means a green pigment known as chlorophyll prepare complex food compounds from simple inorganic materials. Like CO2, water in the presence of light. So photosynthesis is the process by which all green plants containing chlorophyll prepare the complex food compounds or complex food substances from simple inorganic materials like CO2 and water. Where this process occurs means it occurs only in the presence of light. So now we are going to learn about different scientists which come across in the nutrition lessons. So we already learned about what is meant by photosynthesis. First, a scientist known as C.B. Van Neyl. Very important. In the year 1931, a scientist known as C.B. Van Neyl proposed the equation for photosynthesis. Actually, the first equation for photosynthesis is this is the first equation proposed by the C.B. Van Neyl for photosynthesis, but later this equation was modified in the balanced form, that is 6CO2 plus 12H2O gives rise to, you always remember that on the arrow mark you should mention both light and chlorophyll. So 6CO2 plus 12H2O in the presence of light by using chlorophyll, we will get the C6H12O6 plus 6O2 plus 6H2O. Actually, this is no need. So this is the balanced equation for photosynthesis. You should always remember this equation, 6CO2 plus 12H2O in the presence of light and chlorophyll. C6H12O6 plus 6O2 plus 6H2O. So here 6CO2 means you already know that carbon dioxide plus water, light and chlorophyll. Here C6H12O6 refers to the glucose and oxygen plus water. So by this equation we will get very simple questions. So by using this equation, first, what are the requirements for photosynthesis? So in this equation, the two things which are left side of the arrow mark, these two are actually requirements. So what are the requirements for photosynthesis means? So requirements for photosynthesis. What we should say? So first one, carbon dioxide. What is the first requirement for photosynthesis means? Sorry, carbon dioxide or CO2. Carbon dioxide or CO2. So what is the second requirement? Means water or H2O. And what is the third requirement for photosynthesis? Means light. Here actually which light means? That is sunlight. Even we also call this as solar energy. Students, listen carefully. If you know that equation, if you will get this equation, you will able to answer many questions. And the one more requirement is a chlorophyll, a green pigment which is present in all green leaves. So here, basing on this equation, what are the four necessary materials required for photosynthesis? Means first one carbon dioxide, second one water, third one sunlight or light, and fourth one is chlorophyll. Then coming to what are the products of photosynthesis? What are products of photosynthesis? So what are the products here means? Already by looking this equation you can simply say that the first one, what is the product of photosynthesis means? Glucose. What is the chemical formula of glucose? C6H12O6. And what is the another product? 6O2 means nothing but oxygen. What is the second product? Oxygen, that is nothing but O2. And even little bit amount of water is also produced. So here actually water here we are writing, but that is not much important. Glucose and oxygen are here two products. Okay na? Then after that, so now we are going to look about who are remaining scientists in the nutrition lesson. And C.B. Van Eyl, he was the scientist. What I already told to you, C.B. Van Eyl, who proposed the equation for photosynthesis. You can write a notes also, all scientists in this lesson. First one, C.B. Van Eyl proposed equation for photosynthesis. Proposed equation for photosynthesis. And listen carefully, C.B. Van Eyl first conducted experiments. Ante he conducted experiments on what means? He conducted experiments on purple sulfur bacteria. What amma? He conducted many experiments on the purple sulfur bacteria. These are actually one type of photosynthetic bacteria. So by using purple sulfur bacteria, Van Eyl conducted experiment. In this experiment, instead of oxygen, the elemental sulfur is produced. The elemental sulfur is produced. Why elemental sulfur is produced means? Why elemental sulfur is produced means? Instead of water means what? H2O. Instead of water, Van Eyl used hydrogen sulfide means H2S as the starting material. He used instead of water, he used hydrogen sulfide as the starting material. So in the photosynthesis equation, if water is utilized means oxygen is released. But Van Eyl used instead of water, what he used? Hydrogen sulfide. That's why instead of oxygen, elemental sulfur means sulfur was released. So very important. So according to C.B. Van Eyl, light plays an important role in the photosynthesis. C.B. Van Eyl was the first scientist who said the importance of light in the photosynthesis. He conducted experiments on purple sulfur bacteria. In this experiment, he used hydrogen sulfide as the starting material instead of water. In this process, instead of oxygen, the sulfur was evolved. Evolved means produced. If he used water means the oxygen was produced. But what he used? hydrogen sulfide H2S was used, that's why sulfur was produced. Okay, clear? So now we'll chala important. So first my question, who proposed the equation for photosynthesis? What was the answer, amma? C.B. Van Neel. So actually in previous times, mostly in examinations, he questioned on years, but in these most of competitive exam, instead of years, he mostly concentrated on the application, means how much you understand the lesson. He don't directly check your memory. So try to understand each and every term, okay na? Now we will see about remaining scientists. I already mentioned about one scientist. Who is that? C.B. Van Neel. In the year 1931, give the equation for photosynthesis that is widely accepted by all the scientists, means that is accepted by all. So the next one, Von Helmont. Who is that, amma? Von Helmont. Actually about this scientist you studied in your class 7. Von Helmont was a scientist. He told the importance of water. What, amma? Von Helmont, by his experiments, he revealed that water plays an important role. Water plays an important role in plant growth and increase in body mass. So Von Helmont, ante if he asked a question, who was the scientist tells about the water plays an important role in plant growth, means who is that, amma? Von Helmont. By conducting the experiments, he revealed that water plays a major role in the plant growth as well as to increase the plant body mass. Then next scientist, the very important, Joseph Priestley. Who is that, amma? Joseph Priestley. In the year 1770, he conducted series of experiments. Series of experiments means one after another. He conducted series of experiments to find out the role of air. What, ma? Role of air on plant growth. Role of air in the process of photosynthesis. So scientist Joseph Priestley, by the series of experiments, he revealed the role of air in the plant growth as well as role of air in the process of photosynthesis. So is really the air is needed for photosynthesis? What we should learn in that equation means CO2 utilized. So CO2 means one of the component in the air only na. So air is necessary or not? Surely the air is one of the major important for photosynthesis. And actually he was the scientist, conducted several experiments about the role of air. I already told to you na. He conducted by several experiments, and in the year 1774, Joseph Priestley, what he discovered means he discovered the oxygen gas. What was discovered, amma? By his experiments in the 1774, oxygen gas was discovered by Joseph Priestley. Oxygen gas was discovered by Joseph Priestley. But actually the name oxygen was not coined by the Priestley. Then who gave the name or who coined the name for the oxygen gas means one more scientist, Lavoisier. Who is that, amma? Lavoisier, a scientist who given the name for oxygen gas as oxygen. Just Priestley discovered that gas as oxygen. But who gave that name for oxygen means Lavoisier. In which year? 1774. So what we should write? He coined the name oxygen. What, amma? He coined the name oxygen. Coined means he given that name actually. So in examination maybe he asked, who is the scientist discovered the oxygen gas? Means what is your answer? Joseph Priestley. But who given the name oxygen for that gas means that answer is Lavoisier. So you clearly just observe the difference between discovery and name giving. So Lavoisier just given the name for that gas as oxygen, but the oxygen, one type of gas in the air, was discovered by Priestley. So now we are going to learn about remaining scientists. Okay. Next, in the year 1817, two scientists known as Pelletier and Cavendish. Pelletier and Cavendish. These two scientists actually they extract the green color substance from the green leaves and named it as chlorophyll. So actually in the photosynthesis chlorophyll a green pigment is required. So that green color pigment is extracted from the leaves and named it as chlorophyll by two scientists, Pelletier and Cavendish. But Julius von Sachs, who is that Amma? Julius von Sachs. He was the scientist who tells about the chlorophyll is not present at the entire plant cell and chlorophyll is only located in the special cell organelle known as chloroplasts. అంటే క్లోరోఫిల్ అనేది సెల్ అంతా కూడా స్ప్రెడ్ అయి ఉండదు, ఓన్లీ క్లోరోప్లాస్ట్ అనే సెల్ ఆర్గనల్స్లో ఉంటుంది అని ఎవరు చెప్పారు అంటే జూలియస్ వాన్ సాక్స్. అండ్ ఇన్ 1954 one more scientist, Daniel I. Arnon. Daniel I. Arnon. This scientist, what he proposed means, Daniel I. Arnon actually extracted the chloroplast from the plant cell. Means he gently break up the plant cell and separate the chloroplast from the plant cell. So based on that we able to study all steps of photosynthesis in the chloroplast. So Pelletier and Cavendish extracted the chlorophyll pigment from the leaves and named as chlorophyll. Julius von Sachs, he describes that chlorophyll is located only in the special cell organelle known as chloroplast, and Daniel I. Arnon, he separated the chloroplast from the entire plant cell. So in this lesson we will having some activities. Based on these activities we will get different questions. I briefly and I already studied about these all activities. Now I will say about what are the different questions arising from activity. So first activity he given in the textbook, starch is to test the presence of starch. What is first activity amma? To test the presence of starch. So in that activity what are the different questions you will get means, actually you already know that experiment. First we take the green leaf from the potted plant which is well exposed to sunlight. We keep this leaf in the methylated spirit in the test tube and we boil the leaf in the methylated spirit leaf over a water bath. So from this activity, and after that how can we test the presence of starch means by using iodine solution or betadine solution. Iodine or betadine solution. Iodine or betadine solution we test the presence of starch. By using iodine or betadine solution, whether the leaf containing starch, it changes its color into blue black color. So the blue black color indicates the presence of starch. The blue black color indicates the presence of starch. So whether we want to confirm whether the either leaf or any food material containing starch, we have to pour few drops of iodine or betadine solution over that. Whether it changes into blue black color, it confirms the presence of starch in that food material or in that leaf. And next one more activity he given, carbon dioxide is necessary for photosynthesis. In that activity we also termed as Mohs half leaf experiment. What we termed amma? Mohs half leaf experiment. In this Mohs half leaf experiment we used a special solution or special chemical known as KOH, or but very important bit, this one, potassium hydroxide solution. What is that solution amma? Potassium hydroxide solution. Potassium hydroxide solution. Why in the moles half? What is the question you'll get from this experiment means why we used potassium hydroxide solution or KOH solution in this experiment means the KOH solution help to absorb the CO2. Help to absorb CO2 in the glass bottle. Help to absorb the CO2 in the glass bottle. So when the CO2 was absorbed by KOH solution, in that bottle there is no CO2. That's why we easily confirm the importance of CO2 in the photosynthesis. So why CO2, why KOH solution used in this experiment means to absorb the CO2 present in the glass bottle. Why we used potassium. And one more activity, oxygen is released during the process of photosynthesis. So for that we use two aquatic plants only we are using. Either mostly in the experiment we use two types of plants, either hydrilla or Elodea plants. These two are aquatic plants. Aquatic plants. Actually already we studied John Ingenhouse. Who is that amma? John Ingenhouse. John Ingenhouse, the scientist who conducted experiments by using these aquatic plants, and what his observation means, in the presence of sunlight small air bubbles were coming out from the test tube, and later he confirmed that what is the gas present in the bubbles was nothing but oxygen. So Priestley he given John Ingenhouse, he given the statement that all green parts of plants carry out process of photosynthesis only in the presence of light. He conducted experiments with aquatic plants like hydrilla or Elodea, and in that small gas bubbles are coming from that plant after some time, and that gas was nothing but oxygen. And one more scientist, Engelmann in the early 20th century, he noticed that very important maximum rate of photosynthesis. So Engelmann conducted with Engelmann actually exposed to few strands of algae to the sunlight, and in that sunlight different colors, you know, Vibgea are different, red, blue, violet, these all colors, and he detected that at blue and red light there is maximum rate of photosynthesis takes place. At which light amma? Blue and red light, only the maximum rate of photosynthesis occurs. Okay na? So in the blue and red light only, when he after the photosynthesis process, he allow few oxygen sensitive bacteria. That oxygen sensitive bacteria crowded in the presence of blue and red light only. And actually we all thought that green light is very essential for photosynthesis, but that is wrong. Green light is not required for the photosynthesis process. Where photosynthesis occurs at the highest rate means at blue and red light only. Green is always reflected by the leaves. That's why we all see in the leaves and remaining parts as green in color. Okay na? So at which light summa maximum rate of photosynthesis takes place means red and blue light. Next, mechanism of photosynthesis. What amma? Mechanism of photosynthesis. So in the simple form I write APS means here photosynthesis, mechanism of photosynthesis. In the mechanism of photosynthesis, actually photosynthesis it is a very complex process. It is not directly takes place in a single step. So in the photosynthesis process, actually two types of reactions takes place. The first one we called as light reactions. What we call them? Light reactions. And the second one we called as dark reactions. So simply I'll explain what are light reactions and what are dark.